You
Sure.
can talk about your beliefs and this and that, but when it comes to sex, whoa, back away, hide that, put that in a box. I mean, I assumed I was normal, but when I look at these terms and I'm like, oh, I don't mind a bit of that play, don't mind a bit of that. I've done BDSM, had a three, it's like, but that's normal, isn't it? Just experiment. And then I realized how a lot of people are shaped by their culture. They're shaped by their parental attitudes towards sex, or how much they've been allowed to express their character and things like that. And I mean, you've got a master's in counselling. Do you
I
find
do.
that a lot of the issues is that there's a lack of intimacy, there's a lack of connection, but there's also a lack of being ourselves and expressing who you are truthfully in the bedroom?
Perfect. Yeah. So when it comes to connection, that is a very, very difficult thing for people to achieve because in order to be connected to another person, you have to be able to explain your wants and your needs. But communication is so challenging. Like it's honestly it's shocking to me that anybody understands what the other person says ever because if I'm trying to tell my partner, like, hey, I don't, I don't like it when you're too rough in the bedroom. But I have to be aware with that inside myself. I have to know, like, oh, yeah, they were a little bit too rough when they pushed me against a wall. But I actually really liked it when when they were when they choked me a little bit. So you have to have an internal awareness of all of these things, and then you have to be able to convey it. And then when your partner hears this information, they're filtering everything through their entire life experience, right? So they don't just hear what you said, they hear what you said and then within the filter of their life and their and everything else. So they like the fact that people are able to communicate and really hear and understand one another is amazing when it does happen, but it also is so challenging. There's so many small pieces that can get lost along the way. So you asked about connection. Yeah, it's really the biggest thing to being able to connect is being able to communicate with them. And it's a difficult thing that we're not taught in our world, we're not taught in our society. So yeah, I think it's a huge part.
I love that kind of styling because so many people think we're just set the way we are. That however you're going to have sex is just that's it. They don't
Yeah.
know they can explore and stuff like. I mean, I think one of the things we need to realize is the old traditional rules of sex have completely gone out the window, or maybe we're now being more open about it. Because I remember hearing for the first time years ago, women are they need the emotional. It's more about how you make them feel. Where for men, they get turned on and stimulated more by the physical side. Women need it to be the emotional, the kind of the build up of the. So I used to love going down on girls and doing this and that, and you play with like taking away the sight with blindfolds and things like that. And people are like, well, no, I don't do any of that. We'll
Oh yeah.
barely kiss when they're outside. No PDAs. And I thought, what? Why
Yeah.
on earth? But it's down to I think it's down to that person